Now we also got to talk about this Vermont high school basketball team, girls team. They're forfeiting a tournament because they don't want to play against a transgender player.
And it's all about inclusivity, and it's all about diversity, and it's all about all of those things until
Ruslan.
Vermont school banned in competition because the other team had a biologically born male competing on a girls' team. And the Christian school forfeited the game and then were subsequently banned. This was national news. But interestingly enough, you got people who are typically not on this side of the equation in terms of their political spectrum, co-signing the decision of this Vermont school to not participate. Now, wisdom will be proven by our children. I have conversations with my friends who are, I would say, on the far left, but I don't even think the left is all about this stuff. I think that, like Charlamagne, who we're going to listen to in a second, he's just on the left. Like, he's not even fringe left. But I talk to my friends on the fringe left, and they just say, oh, you know, the consensus and the science and the people and the, right? And so I wanted to play this clip for you guys because I thought it was fascinating that now Charlamagne is considered fringe right.
Come on over, bud.
Yeah. By the way,
I'm not fringe right.
Fringe right. Well, you know, I told you guys, somebody told me I was fringe right because I was pro-life.
Oof. Wow.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Now we also got to talk about this Vermont high school basketball team, girls team. They're forfeiting a tournament because they don't want to play against a transgender player.
Yes. As of 2022, the Vermont private schools are expected to follow the state's anti-discrimination rules if they want to get state funding. In other words, if you want to get the bag, you have to do what we say. But earlier this year, Mid-Vermont Christian School and another religious affiliated school told the Vermont Board of Education that they wanted to reserve their right not to follow all of the anti-discrimination rules due to their religious belief. Well, it appears that they tried to exercise that right and decided in February not to play in a tournament because they refused to play against a team with a transgender player. Now, the head of school, Vicky Fogg, explained that the reason for the forfeit was that her school did not think it was fair to have a girls team play against an opponent with a biological male because it jeopardized the fairness of the game and safety of the players.
You don't say.
That's epic.
You don't say. We're not talking about men.
Yeah.
High school.
Like
That's a
17.
big difference.
Yeah.
17, 18 years old is a big difference.
Yeah.
I would love to see a picture.
Yeah, and you know, like it's a very like small minority of kids that actually transition with hormones and all that stuff. So he's just being like,
which is relatively modern.
I got
still.
long hair.
Yeah, it's
and makeup on while I play basketball.
And even if he did, like that's still like this has been going on for a decade. This has been going on for a couple years in terms of hormone blockers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Members Committee and the VPA Executive Council made a decision that the team violated the policies, and they are now banned for all future activities and tournaments moving forward. So
they banned the school from tournaments.
Yeah. And it's all about inclusivity, and it's all about diversity, and it's all about all of those things until we disagree with you. Then we're banning you.
Yeah. Banned.
How does that work?
That's not fair. Because that sounds like common sense to me. Like, we've all seen Charlamagne, we've seen Grandmama. I'm just saying, we've seen that. That person was probably out there averaging 30 and 20 against them women, man. Remember that swimmer, he was a man, and then he transitioned to a woman, and when he was swimming as a man, he was like number 80th. Yes. And then when
he was number 400 and something.
Like 402 or something.
And then he became the number one women's swimmer.
Transition to a woman. He was like number one or something. That's what my point is. Whoever they were playing against, I got to see the stats. If this person is averaging 55 points, 50, 17 rebounds, 22 blocks, I'm not playing against him either. That's not fair.
Yeah, my concern is,
Yes, Charlamagne. Keep it going, buddy. Yes, it's not fair. This is what folks have been saying for a while. And the fact that this has turned into you are bigoted if you say this, that you are a bad person, that you are intolerant, that your words are violence, Charlamagne, is the problem with this conversation. You nailed it, bud. You knocked it out of the park here.
Even the religious beliefs, them saying up front, hey, we don't mind following your policy, but we're a private school and it's a Christian school. It's a Christian high school. So it's really interesting to see, how I guess they're not getting any leeway based upon, their own individual right, based on their religious beliefs. And they attach that again to, well, okay, if you don't do what we say, you won't get funding. And so this is just a real interesting story. And I think I should look it up and look more into it.
Also, we have Jason Lee.
Yo, shout out to the Breakfast Club, man.
Yeah.
They're right. They're right. Charlamagne's right. I mean,
did he get in trouble for this?
I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was getting dragged on Twitter for this.
Yeah. Well, Twitter's darkness.
Yeah.
I knew they were going to ask the resident guy's opinion. People would be surprised, but I actually agree with you. I don't think it's fair. I mean, can you imagine, like, when you...
Oops. Do you know how many gay folks I talk to?
You talk to a good number of folks.
I got a couple of them in my life that I care for. And do you know how many of them say they disagree with this stuff? All this gender theory, and how many of them have told me, yeah, if I was a kid now, I probably would have been convinced that I'm a girl.
Well, isn't that kind of the Dave Chappelle joke that a gay white man is pretty much a straight white man nowadays?
Wait, hold on. Unpack that.
Like, there's a Dave Chappelle joke where it's like being gay isn't enough anymore. Like, being gay, you're part of the problem now. Like, you're in the same category, and now it's all the others. Mm-hmm. It's all the other ones that are
that's funny
that are getting in trouble because they're like, I just like the same sex.
Right.
I don't need to do all this crazy
Well,
stuff.
there's a whole like lesbian convention where they were banned from, and women banned trans women from coming, and then that became like, you guys are bad. It's like, no, we just want biologically born women.
That's the whole point of
we're
their
women
sexuality.
into women.
Yeah. When you got Christians arguing for the lesbian convention,
This is a sickness of the highest order. Hey, you want to see something crazy? 67% of the people who watch this channel are not subscribed. Do me a quick favor, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date on all the videos here on the Blessed God Studios channel.
What happened with DeMar Hamlin, if you put a biological woman on the field and he was to get hit, there could be like some real serious. I don't know. People are gonna be mad because they say, "Oh, you should say equality." I'm all for equality, but in this instance, I just don't know that.
That's not equality when somebody has a biological advantage against you. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's fair.
Biological argument's bad. Take it to the end. If someone is taller than me, they have a biological advantage. Clearly, in most sports, unfair, yes. Biological, yes. Bad argument. Unfair because of biology, Jonathan. Unfair because of the bone density, the size difference, the muscle difference. I'm not sure how many women you're around. I'm not sure how many women you're around your own size, like your own height and weight. There's a big difference, bud.
Yeah.
Like a massive difference. You take, I'm 174 right now. You take a 174, 5'10" woman, and you take me and a woman that's been training as long as I've been training. But there's a huge difference. Strength difference, fast twitch muscle difference.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big difference. They're not the same.
It's not just height. It's not just the reach of your arms.
Yes.
It's the fact that a male's testosterone is 100 times more than a woman's.
Yes.
It's their ability to put on muscle.
Yeah,
it's actually extremely fast rate.
Yeah, it's actually exactly 10x.
It's 10x.
A biologically born woman's higher end of their testosterone, which is around 70. You have some outliers that are like 100, 140. 70 is 10x. A man's testosterone is 10x that of a biologically born woman's on a higher end of the spectrum, meaning that an average man's testosterone is going to be between 6 to 800. Okay, 10x. So there's a lot of differences. I'm not talking about men versus men, and there are clear advantages and advantages between men of different sizes. The argument is bad because men versus men have clear unfair differences based on genetics. Well, yes, but the difference is that if you are a 5'10" man, you're going to be more likely to be a sprinter than if you are a swimmer. This is why swimmers are taller. They're all 6'4", 6'3", versus sprinters that are all 5'10" and under. Right? This is so yes, there's differences, but that doesn't mean that there are differences in terms of their ability to train and execute. So there are differences, but not in the way that we're talking overall differences. We're talking there's no sport out there. I mean, maybe golf.
And here's the fact.
No, I'm really trying to think of a sport where a woman can outperform a man.
Chess.
That's not a sport.
Exactly.
Bowling?
Bowling, maybe. I mean, here's the thing. The claim was, the argument is bad because men versus men, there's still a genetic difference. They're still starting from the same like a man with great genetics will probably have could have the same testosterone as a man with bad genetics. That's
Sure.
5 7 and wants to play basketball.
Yeah.
Not bad genetics in general, but bad genetics for basketball. With the genetics argument, then we could go down and say, let's play that idea out. Well, then are we letting the guy that's 5'10" play on the women's team because
Right.
his genetics, he's the same height as all the women there?
Right. It's a good point.
You know, it's not just, so there's a pure genetic thing there.
Yeah.
Bone density.
Someone said yoga.
Hey, this clip is from our daily after party stream. If you enjoyed it, consider signing up for our Patreon community for only $5 a month, where you get access to the replays of our daily after party streams, as well as the uncut extended versions of our podcast, Discord access that's private, and a discount code for our merch store, only $5 a month. And ultimately, it's the best way to help us contextualize the gospel of Jesus using media, podcasting, and of course, YouTube. The link for that is in the description or in the pinned comment. The perks are amazing. You should get on there. It's only $5 a month. I'll see you over there, all right? Peace.